Hi, Sush. Mr. Duranko here with your second to last BC topic. It's the ratio test, section 9.6 in your book. And the test basically says this: if we have a series that we want to know if it converges or diverges, if we take the limit as n approaches infinity, the absolute value of a n plus 1 over a n, if that turns out to be less than 1, then the series converges. If it's greater than 1, it diverges. And if it's equal to 1, the test didn't really work. It's inconclusive. The example in your book on page 628 is a really good example, example 1, and shows you sort of how to apply this test. So let's go through that. I'm not going to write it on the board to save time because I'm going to do another example that will help you with some of the other problems at the back. So the series is 2 to the n over n factorial. And so what they did was they took the n's and made them n plus 1s and divided it by the original series. And so that's what they show in the next step. And then they, instead of dividing by that fraction, they multiply by the reciprocal. And that's what they do in the next step. And then 2 to the n plus 1 over 2 to the n is just 2. And I would encourage you to plug some numbers in there and test that out for yourself. That will be true for any constant in that situation. And then n factorial over n plus 1 factorial is just, can be simplified to n plus 1. And again, I would have you plug numbers into that and test that out for yourself. And so the limit as n approaches infinity in this example, the denominator will get very big, making that fraction 0. That is definitely less than 1, and so that series converges. So basically what the ratio test tells us is that factorials will grow much faster, n factorials will grow much faster than any constant to the n power. Now, I'd like to do another problem for you to show how it shows this other case of which will grow faster. And the example I would like to do looks like this. And so we have 5 to the n power over n to the 5th. Which one will grow faster? So if we do the limit as n approaches infinity of the absolute value, so 5 to the n plus 1 all over n plus 1 to the 5th times, I'll just do this right away to save time. And 5 to the n plus 1 over 5 to the n will just be 5. And then we have n to the 5th all over n plus 1 to the 5th. This is n to the 5th over, this will just end up being in, for very big numbers, n to the 5th over n to the 5th, which will cancel out and will just give us a 5. And 5 is greater than 1, and so this diverges. And so the ratio test shows us that if you have some constant to the n power, that's always going to grow faster than an n to that constant. And so keep this step in mind. You'll see this, that you'll need to be able to work that out as well. And so hopefully that's enough to get you through the ratio test. Hang in there, we're almost there. We have one more section to do, and then I'll give you some tips on what they're saying the BC test should look like this year. And well, if you have any questions on this stuff, don't hesitate to send me an email. Till next time, stay safe and see you later. Bye.